Hudson Coates on Facebook writes, when will the UK accept we will never have a special relationship with the US and we shouldn't expect a trade advantage from it? I think the thing I would say is that every time I've expressed skepticism, I mean, personally, I don't know how you feel, Anushka, I absolutely detest the phrase special relationship. It's just so cringe, the way we talk about it. People stand up at press conferences and say to the US president, is this still the special relationship, and you just want the ground to open up beneath you and to be.
You never asked the question.
I never asked. Oh God, I bloody hope I didn't. Excuse my language. I don't think I did. I can't stand the phrase. It just makes us sound so cringe as a nation. But if you talk to politicians or intelligence officials or military officials, what they'll say is that the special relationship is actually an incredibly close intelligence sharing and military integration and cooperation relationship, more than about politics, and definitely not about trade. And the reason they talk about it in those terms is to protect those elements of it, which give us much bigger weight in the world than we would otherwise have. Anushka, what do you reckon?
Yeah, there's always this idea that as soon as you actually become Prime Minister, which obviously neither of us are likely to experience, but what you are shown in that moment explains to you why the relationship with the US means that you can never kind of go with your heart, if you want to go with your heart, and move away from the US because the relationship is too important. I think actually, weirdly, special relationship is almost better to describe how Donald Trump might feel about the UK than some others. I mean, he's such a UK file. What do we say? What is a UK file?
Somebody who loves the UK. Anglophile.
He loves the UK. He loves the royal family. He loves Keir Starmer's beautiful accent. He loves probably the fact that we Brexited and we're separate. I mean, it doesn't mean he's going to give us any major trade advantage necessarily. But I think in a way, if I compare that to, I remember during the EU referendum sitting in a press conference where Barack Obama said, you're going to the back of the queue in terms of a trade deal, not feeling quite the special love from Barack Obama that maybe we feel from Donald Trump. The difficulty we have is that maybe he loves Russia just as much. But the interesting thing, actually, I've got some polling this week that's quite interesting. And it shows two things. It shows that in America, people are much warmer are moving in a more warm direction towards Russia. Voters are, and seeing Russia as an ally and a friend and less hostile way, whilst people in the UK, different poll set, but it basically asking the same thing, are way less likely now to see the US as an ally and more likely to see the US as a threat. In fact, I think the two numbers have come together. So yeah, some quite kind of shifting norms in the way that we see other countries.
You sort of think that state visit of Donald Trump's will end up being quite important, really. I wonder whether it will kind of, he's obviously not very popular in Britain for the reasons you outline and others. And I wonder what the reaction will be. I wonder, you're right. Barack Obama was often quite chilly about the UK. But, the reality of what Trump is doing, cozying up to arguably our number one enemy in the world, is clearly changing attitudes here. So, yeah, I mean, state visits normally, they're not that consequential, but you wonder really if it's happening at such a critical time. I wouldn't want to be King Charles, actually, or Prince William. I think they've got a tricky task.